If you're looking for a simple one-pot chicken meal, then this Cheats clay pot chicken cooked from go-to-woe in a rice cooker is for you. G'day, I'm Dennis from Caravan Cooking. Whether I'm out in the caravan or camping or even at home, I find cooking one-pot meals easy and certainly a lot less washing up to do at the end as well. In Australia, the number one takeaway food is Chinese. In fact, it's so popular that in the small village that I live in, central west New South Wales, there's 2 Chinese restaurants for a population of 2,000. So when I came across this one-pot Chinese meal, cooked in a rice cooker, I knew I was on a winner. And you know what they say, winner, winner, chicken dinner. So, Cheats clay pot chicken, let's get into it. So this is the first of my one-pot recipe videos. I'm going to do a lot more of these. One-pot meals are so easy, especially when you're caravanning camping as well. So more of these videos coming out. So we've got 4 skinless boneless chicken thighs here. We're cutting them in about 2 centimetre chunks. It's about 3/4 of an inch. I've left the excess fat on the thighs because that'll all render off and add flavour to the dish as well. Then just chucking it all into the rice cooker. Probably had this rice cooker for about 5 or 6 years. First time I cooked a meal in it. Just cooked rice in it before. Just get rid of that cutting surface and give it a good clean, and give the knife a really good clean as well so we don't have any cross contamination. I've got 3 baby carrots here. I've already peeled them and topped and tailed them. We're just cutting them into chunks. Carrots will give a little bit of crunch and add texture to and colour as well to the dish. We've got a half a red onion. I've kept the root end on. You'll notice that it's all been peeled, and just cutting it into segments, just slicing through to the bottom, but the segments are still attached by the root. I find this is the easiest way to dice onions. Just cut them across horizontally and then just give them a bit of a dice. Look, my knife skills aren't the best. I haven't mastered the claw technique. That's something I'll have to work on. The red onions I find are a lot sweeter than brown and white onions too, so I use them quite a bit, especially in salads. But that method gives you a pretty good dice. In the last little bit up, come on, that's the way. The next thing we're going to add about 3/4 of a cup of sauce. I've chosen sweet and sour. That's pretty popular with most people and certainly for kids as well. A bit difficult to get out of the bottle, but that's okay. Choose the Chinese sauce or whatever sauce you like, really. Sweet and sour and chicken are a very popular thing. Then I'm just going to stir it through. The rice cooker is still switched off here, so it's at room temperature. I'm not going to burn myself. Just stirring the sauce through. I'm going to put the lid back on and leave it for half an hour, and that really just going to marinate the meat and the vegetables in the sauce. You could put it overnight in the fridge just by taking the inner pot out and putting the lid on and putting it in the fridge, but I'm just not that organised. Measuring out a cup of rice here. You can use Basmati or Jasmine, the traditional Chinese rices. I think the Basmati has a lower GI than the Jasmine. This is Bok Choy, Chinese Bok Choy. It just adds an extra Asian flavour to the dish. I've taken the root off. We're going to, again, 2 centimetre pieces or chunks. And I'm using the stem and the leaf. All this will wilt down nicely in the dish when it's cooking. And as I said, add that extra Asian flavour. So after about half an hour, chuck your bok choy in. Chuck your rice in, just pouring it evenly around the top. And then last but not least, 1 cup of a chicken stock or chicken broth. Don't be too fussed about having the rice covered. There's going to be enough moisture in here to cook the rice. Just turning the power on and then flicking the switch down so that the rice cooker's on cook. So now we're just going to leave it for half an hour to do its thing, and you can see the condensation coming there on the lid, so it's certainly hot enough. The rice cooker's just doing its magic. So the rice cooker's just turned itself off to, from the cook cycle to the warming cycle. Just drain the condensation off the lid. Be careful you don't burn yourself or scald yourself with the steam. It's pretty hot. And notice I'm not touching the inner pot here because the inner pot's really hot. You don't want to burn yourself. I'm just touching the outer handle. Giving a little bit of a stir just to mix it all back in. And adding a cup of frozen peas, so they're still frozen. Putting the lid back on. And remember, it's on the warming cycle, so it's not on the cooking cycle, it's warming cycle. Just leaving it for about another half an hour. That'll finish the cooking process, and it'll cook the frozen peas as well. Grab your dish. Again, watch the steam coming out there. Let the lid, condensation on there, drain back into the rice cooker. Give it a good mix up, so mix those peas in. They're nicely cooked by now. Then all you need to do is plate up. And share and enjoy it with your friends. Look, lots more one pot cooking recipes coming up. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and you'll get to see those. So this is Dennis from Caravan Cooking. Thanks for watching.